some of the most important information in the world is found in the Bible. And it's there for anybody willing to reach out for it. But you'll have to reach out for it on your own. The reason that it's so important to just read straight through the Bible is this. Even though the Bible is a collection of 66 individual books by about 40 different men, each book has one theme. That theme is the primary message of the entire Bible. Everything else in the Bible is just extra information that is put there to support the Bible's general main theme. I would just love to leave it at that and let you figure out what the theme of the Bible is for yourself. However, in my experience, that isn't going to happen. Public school indoctrination, network indoctrination, and church indoctrination, in my opinion, destroys any hopes of a person being able to approach the Bible with an open mind. Without an open mind, you can never hope to clearly understand the Bible. So I'm going to reveal what the theme of the Bible is right now, so that you won't doubt yourself when and if you should happen to figure it out on your own. The overall theme of the Bible is creation versus civilization. It's not about good civilization versus bad civilization. The Bible goes to great lengths to prove over and over again that there is no such thing as a good civilization. If you can accept this fact right from the start, at least half of what are called confusing scriptures simply stop being confusing. I think it's reasonable to say that you could read the entire Bible from start to finish in a year or even less. All that you have to do is take whatever Bible you're using and see how many pages it has. Divide that by the number of days you want to spend reading the Bible, and that'll tell you how many pages you need to read every day. I do believe that you will be amazed at how 40 different writers over 1,600 years could stick to the same theme and maintain such continuity. Once your eyes open up and you see the Bible for what it really is, you should be incredibly happy. The churches aren't going to expose you to this information. Remember, the churches are part of the infrastructure system of civilization. That's a huge conflict of interest. If after listening to what I say and nodding your head, you go get your own Bible and look this stuff up for yourself, that's what's known as building a foundation. Because I promise you that things are about to start happening that you're not even going to believe. And if you don't have a strong spiritual foundation, you're going to be putty in the hands of whoever comes along with some kind of pay-as-you-go salvation. Why would you have an eyeball on a pyramid all over the world? How did this come from the world 6,000 years ago and never go away to this day? Why is it that this is the symbol of every government on the planet for 6,000 years? It's a mystery. I am going to show you the fulfillment of prophecy that's about to happen in a way that you can understand it. Very simple, plain English, right out of the Bible. And I want you to remember that I did that because as time goes on, the things I'm talking about are going to start happening. Right now, you're being told about what the future holds from you by me. But when it actually happens, the churches are going to try to convince you that they told you when they didn't. And they're going to give you a cover story. When the calendar goes back to 360 days, the empire, the churches, whoever is here is going to have a cover story. Don't buy into it. Prepare yourself now. Clean your mind out so you can get ready. That's all. If you don't want to survive, don't listen to me. I promise you, when these things happen, the networks, the churches, the government, every single agency that's associated with civilization is going to do everything in their power to convince you that what you're watching is a natural phenomenon, and they will use all kinds of scientific gobbledygook terms to prove it to you. And guess what? If you're filling your mind with that poison every day, it don't matter what your eyes see. When you look up there and see an eclipse, a lunar eclipse every year, and you see the moon come up every day at the exact same instance that the sun goes down, it don't matter what you see with your eyes. You're going to believe whatever they tell you. Written in stone. If you don't want to survive, don't listen to me. Anyone
who is making the claim to be Christ or to be the man God, when that comes, is a liar unless you see the dead resurrected. Every human being who has ever lived will be in that cloud when we go in there to meet Jesus. Prior to that, we will not meet Jesus. Those are Paul's words. A third of the planet's population is going to survive this. When Armageddon comes, 2/3 will die. If you don't want to survive, don't listen to me.
The Bible clearly states that during the time of the end, all would have to accept the mark of the beast. Without that mark, none of us can buy or sell or do anything. But there is a huge difference in those who voluntarily participate in civilization and accept that mark freely, and those of us who are forced to carry that mark. I've learned the hard way, and I think a lot of people who are listening probably have learned the same lesson in the same hard way, is that you just can't save the world. And even though you may feel that not being able to save the world, at least maybe you could save one person, I'm here to tell you, you can't save anybody. Over the course of human history, nearly everyone alive has become assimilated into Satan's social order. But around the world there is a group that to this day openly struggles against civilization's precepts. When Jesus was on the earth, he spoke of this group with great reverence. In fact, when his own apostles attempted to drive this people away, Jesus very clearly declared that unless someone would follow their example, they would have no hope of entering into the kingdom of heaven. Unlike adults that have been beaten into conformity with Satan's empire, babies live solely by instinct. Jesus was not saying that we needed to return to how we were before being chastised. You have to go to God like a child. And so if you are a child with a good heart and you've never even heard of the Bible, you're going to realize that there is a clear war going on between civilization and creation, and you're going to want to do what's right. And if you are taking that side in this war, then even as a child you would have to realize that you are on the losing team. You know, knowing that civilization and creation are at war, if you choose creation, you're on the losing team. So when you read the Bible, what happens is you realize that the book is about this war, and suddenly you realize that you're on the winning team. You know, that's a huge life-changing event to find out that you're not a loser. The majority of the book of 1 Corinthians is dedicated to waking up the congregation to the danger of fitting in with civilization. At chapter 4 and verse 10, he asked the Corinthians, if you're truly doing God's will, why is it then that you are in good repute? Why do you not turn to doing righteousness and accept your dishonor? Being set apart from civilization while civilization is still here will always bring dishonor and often even death to those brave enough to do so. But being set apart to the Creator makes it all worthwhile. It doesn't matter if you get made fun of or even if you get killed for doing what is right. The one that created all of us should have no problem resurrecting all of us. If you don't want to survive, don't listen to me. Knowing that civilization is about to get destroyed, you should know also that trying to fit in with that civilization is not a wise use of your time and resources. If you're awake to the fact that something is wrong, well, wake up the rest of the way, because it ain't something that's wrong, everything is wrong. And remember that whenever one of civilization's career-oriented consumers is calling you worthless, or a bum, or a good-for-nothing, or a hippie, or a drain on society, just remember that those words can all be summed up in several ancient languages as those who will inherit the earth. Racha. Don't want to survive, don't listen to me.
the near future. Each of us will be given a very important decision to make. Will we joyfully walk away from civilization like Lot? Walk away begrudgingly as Lot's wife? Or just hang in there and do what we can to make a newer, better, more sustainable version of civilization, like the other citizens of Sodom? Choose wisely. If you don't want to survive, don't listen to me.